Mr. Simmy Ziv-el.
Hello everybody. Am I the last act before lunch? Alright. So I won't keep you too long. But the first thing is, how many people want to move to Batam? That's right. So if there's somebody over here from the resettlement and recruitment community in Batam, that was a fantastic advertisement for what is going on over there. And in a very small way, ACT has played a role in Batam in trying to be part of that change that created the energy for the workforce development that ultimately results in this kind of thing. You know, workforce development is very complicated, right? It's a global community, it's competitive, it takes so many people and agencies to push this very, very heavy rock up a very, very steep mountain. It takes a lot of shoulders in order to do it. And ACT, partnering with SFR, exclusive partner in the Philippines, is proud to be here and make a modest contribution. I've just been so impressed with everything that you've done over here. The sophistication of the presentations, of the strategy, it's world class. And I think that you should be proud of your leadership in government, proud of the leadership in academia, and proud of the leadership in the economic sector that is really making the Philippines a world-class, has a world-class strategy. And what I'm going to try and do is not talk about what that strategy should be. I think you've got it. I want to speak a little bit about how you actually, what we found is sort of takes the strategy down to the level of implementation. Like, how do you actually make this work? Because the strategy is all there. I mean, it's really very well articulated. So my clicker, I think that usually you have a clicker. So I think that the clicker is going to be virtual. I think I sort of click like this. When you see me do this, then I think you move to the next slide. Oh, you see it worked. So just a quick history about ACT. Here you can see two pictures over here. We are 60 years old. We've just celebrated the 60th anniversary. This is amazing. On the left over there you can see the very first, you can see by the car, the very first testing center, and on the right over there, our campus today. It was founded in Iowa, in the middle of the United States. Something like, wasn't Manila like New York? It was sort of like Batam, a small place that had big aspirations. We we're a not-for-profit. That's important. That doesn't mean to say that we don't charge for our services, but it means that we don't have shareholders. So we like a foundation, and everything that we make, we sell, goes back into the organization. We work in 50 states, 130 countries, and the thing that ACT is most well known for is its college entrance exam, and about half of the people in the US take that. That's its biggest. We do about 15 million tests a year around the world, and we have the National Career Readiness Certificate I'm going to talk more about. So, let's move on. You know, I think that there are two challenges. The first challenge is a global challenge. And that says over there, everywhere I go, and I travel literally everywhere, as the head of the International for ACT, you can move that on, is everywhere people are speaking about can you advance the slide? Thank you. About global worker shortages. That doesn't mean that there are not enough workers. It means that there are not enough workers with the skills that the employers want. That is the global worker shortage. We know unemployment, somebody, I think you said this morning, 5%, right? But growth is determined by having a skilled workforce. That is a global issue. And if you advance the slide and have a look over here, I found these labor statistics from OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And it looks over here about the labor statistics in the Philippines. You can see that it's skewed towards at the bottom, sort of lower paying service jobs. And at the top is where are the higher paying, higher skilled jobs. And that's what your national strategy is trying to change. By the way, OECD as well, you can move that on. OECD as well also does the PISA assessment, and people spoke about the PISA assessment this morning when we compare 15-year-olds around the world. ACT, just for what it's worth, ACT, a lot of people spoke about, mentioned creative thinking. It was in like 3 of the presentations, mentioned creative thinking. So in PISA, what they measure is, across the world and the rankings, is math, science, and reading, right? That's what PISA does. What people don't know is that every 3 years we measure one extra innovative domain. And in PISA 2021, we are measuring creative thinking. So imagine that, that's the beauty of ACT. Imagine that, trying to create a global assessment of creative thinking. And the world tender to do that was won by ACT. We are doing the PISA 2021 creative thinking, and I actually have the privilege to represent ACT on the PISA governing board for that. So that's just as a little kind of aside. And I'll tell you why that's relevant as we move ahead. So I want to say that ACT, when we come to workforce, we spoke about 3 things are necessary. You need foundational skills. That's fine, you can go ahead. Foundational skills, which we call applied math, graphic literacy, and workplace documents. And then over there it mentions that through assessing all of these, we have almost 5 million today, actually, people who have a career readiness certificate. And I'm going to explain to you what this means. And they're at 4 different levels and have a curriculum behind them. The second part is, if you just move ahead. The second piece is, so those are the foundational skills. The next thing that we have assessments and learning programs for are information technology, engineering, business, and vocation. And you know, it's fascinating. I want to just tell you a little anecdote over here. You know, 400 years ago, in order to do long division, you had to be a mathematician. Like, not the regular people couldn't do that, couldn't do long division. And today, if you walk into a factory and you're looking for an interview, I'm talking over here about business and about information technology. If you want to operate a machine and you don't know how to read a report out of Tableau, which is the most sophisticated data representation, then you won't get the job. You just won't get the job. If you're a truck driver and you can't navigate Tableau in order to understand what the flow is, what the supply chain is, and where you fit into the supply chain, you can't do that kind of a job. So the upskilling of the workforce into these domains is both what has to be done and what has to be measured. The third one and the last one is, I want to speak about measuring, we call essential skills. Some people call them soft skills. And go right ahead over there to the next one. So when you're talking about, this is what is so amazing. We talk about technical skills. But if you want to get a job at Facebook, which is one of the most sophisticated technology companies in the world, and you want to write software, you are on probation for 3 months. Why? Anybody's got an idea? Is it to see how good the code is that you can write? Everybody can write the code. Everybody. They're all brilliant. They all got degrees. But not everybody can work with other people. Not everybody can collaborate. And if you can't work in you won't get a job. You won't get a job at Facebook. You won't get a job at Google. Those are just the big the big brand names. So everybody says today, if you look at Own It, which is the classification, the US classification of every single job, the top 3 of the top 10 requirements across over 3,000 professions are work ethic, integrity, and collaboration. And everybody says, well, those are soft skills, but those are not. Those are the hard skills and those are the essential ones. And ACT made the commitment to get together the most sophisticated scientists to try and measure them. And this is one of the assessments that we're going to be rolling out now.